It's coming out the wrong end.
There we are. Cool. It's coming out of the right microphone now. Yes, as I was saying, hello everybody. Welcome to today's Pendragon stream. This is a TTRPG that I've become completely obsessed with recently. And today we are going to go on a bit of a one-shot. So thank you everybody for joining and watching today. We're going to get straight into the action. We've got 4 players today. One of them is a knight, Sir Delan, and we have 3 new hopefuls. So let's introduce each of the players, and then we're going to get straight into the meat of this this session today. So, Sir Delan, hello.
Hello.
What is your what is your knight known for, Sir Delan?
Oh, his laziness. Yeah, he's a real sleepy boy.
Yeah.
It's kind of in a bit of trouble more than a few times, and it's kind of the reason why he became a knight in the first place, was that his parents that were just so disappointed with their firstborn son. They were like, we have to get rid of him. So they sent him on an adventure, but to their dismay, he became a knight. And a household knight at that. He's no longer a squire. And today he's going to be helping to lead these squires into success, honor, and glory, and all other knightly things. As long as he can get there, and as long as he can get his beauty sleep.
Yeah, we can only hope. We can only hope. You've played with me before, so this is your second time riding on, and hopefully you can survive yet again. We haven't had any deaths yet whilst you've been playing, but I've had a few deaths recently in another game. So we'll see what happens today. So we have Highwell as well. Hello.
Yes, that is me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you known for? What is your character known for?
I am known for being very suspicious about everything and everyone.
You picked suspicious. Very good. Why be just or honourable when you could be suspicious?
Exactly.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's me.
And you're a squire. You're hoping to be knighted. You've come here to the marshal in hopes that you can do something of service to Salisbury, the earldom, and we'll find out whether you can succeed in that today. Next up, we have Bedivere. Hello, Bedivere.
Hello there.
All hail Bedivere. Bedivere, what are you known for?
Well, I'm a squire, and I really enjoy going hunting. That's kind of one of my things, whether it's, deer or more dangerous animals like wolves and Saxons. And I have rather good biceps.
Very good. What's your big trait?
Prudence. So I kind of look at the way different animals react in the wild and hunt. The ebb and flow, the chase of prey and predator, and I kind of try to make good decisions based off of that experience.
You're careful.
Very good. Starts
Yes.
ranting about ducks on occasion.
Yeah, the African swallow, everyone. Very cool. So last up we got Charon. Charon, what is your trait that you're known for?
Charon is he is known to hold a grudge. He has a very well-known vengeful streak against jesters and comedians who are a bit long-winded. He hates them with a burning passion.
Very cool. Yeah, very high vengeful. I like it. We dig it. What about your skills? What are you good at?
He's very good with a spear.
The hunter's weapon. Very good.
Yeah. Good. He's a bit of a someone with some more adapted to the courtly events. The tourneys, the dances, the balls.
Yeah, very cool. I like it.
He's a courtly animal.
He's a courtly animal. Very good. Let's get into today's adventure. Thank you everybody for waiting. I know we started a little bit late. Usually when I do these live streams, we always start late because I'm having to set up people's characters. But let's get into it now. The sound of hooves echo through the courtyard of Vagon Castle as you all arrive, riding beneath its weathered stone walls. The air is crisp with the bite of early spring, the sky overcast with iron-grey clouds. Though the morning is young, the keep is already astir. Squires sparring with wooden swords, stable hands brushing down weary horses, and the distant clang of blades ringing from the practice yard. The summons have come without warning. Sir Elad, the Marshal of Salisbury. I'll pop that name in the chat for you guys, in case any of you want to make a note. Had called for you before dawn, and now, gathered in the dim torchlight of Vagon's great hall, you stand before him. The aging knight leans heavily on the pommel of his sword, his face grim beneath his salt and pepper beard. I want each of you to please roll me a courtesy check.
What's the dice?
Mongol.
You should just be able to click it next to each of your skills.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
It is a
Where's
skill.
3?
Yes.
9. We bungled it.
Where is what? I'm clicking the dice thing, but it's not going.
Well, everybody else has done it.
Oh.
I recommend refreshing if it's not working.
Might
If
be
it's
a
another
pop-up.
window, maybe that's.
What is there like macro options here?
You should just be able to click on the dice on the screen, and it should just roll it.
Yeah, it's weird because I was clicking in the dice on the screen and.
I had a little pop-up that I just had to hit OK or submit on, and then it rolled.
I'm gonna roll it myself and see if it's you or this sheet. Yeah, I'm able to roll your courtesy for you. You
That's
might.
weird.
It might be because you have stopped Roll20 from having pop-ups come up on the screen, because as Bedivere said, yeah, it does bring up a pop-up. So
Yeah, it did show that the thing with submit. I saw it later.
very good. Okay, so you do need to click that, and you need to tick it, or just click OK or whatever. Try and roll it. If you can't, you'll just have to roll me a flat d20 and refer to your score.
Okay.
But
16 there.
yeah, we'll use the 16 I've given you, but it looks like you've all failed. Very good,
Okay.
good, well done everyone, well done.
Very, very good first impression.
Oof.
He crosses his arms before you, but Sir Delan, being the most senior of these young men, you step forward. What would you like to say to Sir Elad upon your arrival?
Good day, Sir Lad. What brings us to your hall?
He nods and says, "You ride for Broughton." His voice is steady as the stone walls around you. "It was a strong manor once, but a decade ago the Saxons burned it to the ground. You know the tale. In the great raiding of 476, a band of Saxons under Aethelric the Wolf struck deep into Salisbury's lands, attacking villages and storming manors before we could drive them back. You all know that basically a very kind of distinguished knight made his last stand at the manor, refusing to flee as the thatched roofs around him began to burn and the walls crumbled. And Sir Elad's gaze now kind of sweeps over the four of you, and he says, "A merchant passing through claims that his black banner still flies, tattered but unbroken, within those ruins. If true, it is a relic of worth. You will recover it and return at once." If any of you are interested in finding out whether your knight would know much about the manor, you can actually roll me a recognize check.
Sure, I'll go for it. I think I've got a pretty decent score in recognize.
Does folklore also work?
Oh yes, I would allow folklore as well.
Hey, look at that. That's a critical success.
That is a critical success. Put a tick next to that.
Nice.
Is that also critical success?
That is a critical success. Well done.
Nice.
You both critically succeeded. And a 1 is also a success. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh no, the legends.
Then these men know what they are talking about. So the three of you, you can put a check mark next to your skill that you've just rolled. And I would furthermore tell you about this banner. This banner is as black as night and bears a golden boar sigil. It is said that the knight, Sir Hrothgar of Broughton, he was a very proud and battle-hardened knight who fought for the kingdom against the Saxons. Sounds like the Saxons raided him intentionally and, well, burned it up, destroyed it. But a silence lingers over the hall as you guys think to yourselves about that tale. And though a decade has passed, Broughton remains abandoned, some say cursed. Stories tell of strange lights flickering in the night, of shadowy figures that move amongst the ruins, and of whispers carried on the wind, speaking in voices long dead. Sir Alad straightens, his tone turning hard as iron. I will hear no talk of ghosts. If there is danger, it is of flesh and blood, bandits, looters, or worse, Saxons. If such men lurk in Broughton, deal with them as knights of Salisbury should. His gaze lingers on Sir Delan. This task is yours to lead. See it done.
Yeah, yes, sir. Kind of straightens up his posture.
Now, boys. To the courtyard. Do your final drills before you leave.
Yes, of course. I'll show them the ropes of a few things. Come on, squires, let's go.
Starts coughing.
So, you guys all now head down into the courtyard, where you will now practice sparring against one another. Delan and Hywel, you will face off against one another, and Bedivere and Charon, the two of you, will face off against one another. The first pair, Delan and Hywel, you guys assumedly draw your swords. Do you have any words to share before you lock your blades together?
I just need a minute to just stretch my back, get my bones all ready.
And I suppose I'm just eyeing him very suspiciously, wondering what these combat moves are that he's, warming up to do with his stretches.
Roll me a lazy check, Delan.
Alright.
The idea is Delan is trying to roll within his range, and if he does, he succeeds, and he gets to be lazy. But if he fails, he might have to be energetic. So you have failed, and you have fumbled, Delan. Which means that you notice Sir Alad in the corner of your eye watching you, and you realise that if you are going to behave the way that you normally do, you might be removed from your position as leader of this group. What do you do instead?
Alright, I'm ready. On guard. Ha-ha! Yeah, he jumps out all of a sudden with surprising speed, and he assumes a battle stance.
Very good.
He's trying to give off the impression that he was just trying to take the squire by surprise, and he's not going to take it so easy on him, and he wasn't just waking up from a nap before this meeting. No, of course not. Never, Sir Delan.
So the two of you now rush towards one another, swords drawn, and you clash in the center. I assume you guys are using your swords for this practice. You might be good with a spear, but a sword is a knightly weapon and is usually used in these practice spars. Most duels are done with swords, just for future reference. If each of you could please roll your sword skill We'll see if either of you succeed, and if you both succeed, who rolls higher.
All right, let's do this. 17, we whiff. It goes wide.
There's a
Oh!
So Delan, you completely miss, and Highwell, you manage to land a blow on Delan. These are just your, kind of practice swords. So this is nothing like real combat, but you hit Delan pretty harshly with this practice blade, and I want you to roll the damage just to see how much it would be. So whatever your damage is supposed to be with a sword, roll that. I assume it's 4d6, but it might be
Where do I see
5d6.
that?
It should be probably on your main page of your
What's that?
sheet.
I
Yeah.
see damage. Should I just click on that
Yes.
like that? Okay.
5d6. Which obviously your armor soak doesn't work, Delan, because you failed. So you would have took 14 points of damage if that was a proper sword, but it's not. I will say, however, what is your size, Sir Delan?
My size, let me look real quick. It should be. Am I looking on the right area? I think
Size
it's
is one of your
under-
attributes.
It'd be under traits, skills. I think I'm looking in the wrong area. I think it's under stats.
It's the first tab.
Oh, size is 8. Yeah, he's not a very tall guy.
Right, so I want you to roll me a dex check. If you succeed, you will stay standing, but if you fail, I will knock you to the ground.
Oh, luckily that's a stat I'm very good at.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
8. Yeah, he's fine. He gets his footing. He's like a he's like a little ball of energy now. All of a sudden, all those naps they give him something, even if it's not much, and if it's only in short bursts.
Cool, so I will hit you, and you kind of stagger to one side. Do you both wish to strike again?
Oof, yes,
Best of 3. Best of 3, so...
Best of 3. That was just a warm up. I was just going a little bit easy on you.
You're giving me a head start, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, roll again, both of you.
Alright, let's see.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Fuck.
Take that! Huzzah!
Very good. Roll your damage.
All right. Do I not have the macro set up for this?
It's on the main page, near the bottom,
Near the bottom.
under your attributes.
Yeah, just 46, I think. There we go. 16. A little bit harder.
And what's your size, Hywell?
Oh.
My size is a 16.
Oh, I don't know what happens on a tie. I don't know if you're good or not. I imagine you're not good. So roll me a dex check. I imagine meets it, beats it. Or
Right,
meets
sure.
it, gets beaten by it, maybe.
We'll see. It's a 10. That is over.
So unfortunately, you fail, and Sir Delan knocks you to the ground. Do you wish to stay down, or do you say Sir Delan as he lays on the ground?
Fine, you don't have to get up. We can just call it here.
So if I get up, what happens? What?
No, tell me what you want to do.
Oh,
We're role
Yes,
playing,
but-
bro. We're role playing, Rico.
it's a
It's
3.
fine, you don't have to embarrass
getting
yourself
back
any
up.
bit more, Squire.
Not giving this up.
Okay, you get up. You get up quickly. All right. So
Part of the combat, right?
yeah. You quickly get back to your feet, and what do you guys want to do now? It's your final attack, I guess. Whoever lands this hit wins.
Yeah, I suppose I kind of like try to make a move that forces Delan to like have to act out quite a bit and just hope he's too lazy to actually do that and put in the effort required to dodge my attack.
Cool.
And
Yeah, basically, Sir Delan, in his mind, he's just going for a bait and switch. He's just getting ready for Hillel to do something, and he's just gonna step to the side and then just try to strike him from an angle he isn't expecting.
Very cool. All right, both of you please roll your final check. Let's see who succeeds.
Ah, critical hit!
Very good.
It's just on my side.
You do succeed, Miko, or Hywell, but unfortunately, Delan crit you. If you roll your target number, it is a crit in this system, which means that even if you suck, if you roll your number, then you just get lucky, I guess. And in this situation, perhaps Delan got a little bit lucky, but he manages to get you. You did succeed, so it is only a partial success. So whilst he doesn't hurt you with this swing, he definitely does get you, and it does count as a point. And Sir Delan is the winner.
Wow.
The victory affected, I mean, what did I tell you, Squire? I mean, you made a good effort. You'll do well in the castle.
There, I suppose I just put my sword away and eye him suspiciously while reaching my hand out.
Yeah, he's just got a big old grin on his face, and he's looking at Sir sorry, not. Yeah, it's a lad, right? That's how you pronounce it. Over in the corner that was watching him.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just smiling, like he's giving some thumbs up.
I'd like Hywell to roll for forgiving, please.
Forgiving, yeah, sure.
Yeah, you've put your hand out to Sir Delan.
Forgiving, right here.
Yeah, it's under your traits.
Alright.
That is a critical success on forgiving, so I want you to tick forgiving, please. There's a little check mark next to forgiving. And yeah, I mean, Delan, how do you want to respond?
Yeah, we'll shake his hand. It was a friendly contest after all, even though he's boasting quite a lot. And he doesn't really want any bad blood between him and Hywell.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I will have you roll for proud, Delan.
Alright. Let's see. Proud. Where is that? Oh, here it is. 6.
You succeed. So yeah,
Nice.
you hold yourself with great pride in this conversation. I'll give you a check mark for pride.
Nice.
Obviously, there does not appear to be much of a difference between critting and just succeeding at the moment, but the idea is I'm just trying to give you guys some check marks to start with, and then I'm going to be a bit more stingy with it and only really give it for crits and stuff like that. But I will give you both a check mark for sword as well, as you both managed to land a hit successfully. And we're now going to move on to Bedivere and Charon, and we're going to see how well the two of them do against one another. Are you two ready?
Yes.
Ready. Bedivere would flex his biceps before drawing his sword, though.
I like that. I like that a lot.
They just try to distract him with like the grease and the sun reflecting off of his bulging muscles.
Can you? You know what? I'm just gonna give you a tick for proud. Bedivere. You have to roll for it. I'm just gonna give you a tick.
Seeing that, Charon's just gonna puff his very broad chest. I'm gonna take like a deep breath.
Very good. I'm gonna ask you to roll for proud as well, Charon. I'll ask you to roll for it.
Let's see. Oh, it's in traits.
It is in traits, yes. Personality traits on the right side, just over halfway down. I want you to click on the roll dice button on the right side of the check mark. 3.
3. Pretty good.
Yeah. That's a success, isn't it? Very good. Yeah, I'll let you check mark that as you puff out your chest. The two of you now begin to move toward one another, and you meet in the center with your swords drawn. Can you both please roll me a sword check and see whether either of you succeed? You're trying to roll low on this or within your range. So if your score is 15, you want to roll between 1 and 15, as close as you can to that number. So on the first part of this contest, Charon, you managed to hit Bedivere with your sword, and Bedivere unfortunately fails. Roll your damage, Charon.
It's 5 to 6, right?
Yeah. There should be a macro on the front page, the main page, on the stats page. At the bottom, it says derive statistics, and there is one for damage.
Okay.
And you just click to the right of the number. There you go. Very good. 12 points. What's your size, Bedivere?
My size is 14.
Cool. So you're because you're quite big, and as you said, big bulging biceps. You don't even need to roll against being knocked down. But obviously, he has hit you for the first hit. You guys now go again. Do either of you say anything before you take your next swing?
Bedivere would just growl and kind of crouch down like he's stalking some prey in the forest and kind of inch closer.
Cool. I dig it. You guys can roll your next attack. Oh, that is
my-
that is unfortunate for Bedivere. If this was D&D, that would have been a critical hit. But in this system, it is a fumble, which means that Charon, and you've succeeded. You rolled within your range, so you can roll your damage again. But Charon, you best Bedivere in the field. Perhaps he is spending too much time looking at himself in the reflection of the pail of water. He's not focusing on the fight ahead. You roll your damage. It is a 15 this time, which is above Bedivere's size. So Bedivere, I want you to roll me a dex check. You're trying to roll within your range. If you do that, you'll stay standing. Otherwise, Charon will knock you to the floor. Very good. So he hits you hard in the side. How do you right yourself?
I just grimace in pain and use one hand to kind of hold my side and try to keep my sword on guard as best I can.
And with that in mind, Sarah Ladd, the man that you spoke to before, does a very simple nod and points to a man and then points to you guys and then turns and walks away. And as he does, a young man now runs up to you. He appears to be one of the servants of the marshal, and he hands you guys some simple instructions. It states the directions that you need to follow in order to reach the manor, and basically he's giving you some water skins so you can, drink on the way.
Thank you.
But other than that, he has nothing else to offer you. This is an opportunity for each of you to prove yourselves. For those of you who are not knights, it's an opportunity to become a knight. And for Sir Delan, it is an opportunity for him to prove to the marshal that he is worthy of being brought to battle in the future. Because currently, Sir Delan, you are on garrison duty. That is what this is. This is garrison duty, my friend. And it's a shame too, because there are lots of battles taking place, at the moment.
Yeah, he's starting to regret some of the stuff that he bungled during that feast. That probably got him landed in garrison duty.
So, outside, your horses wait, their breath misting in the cold air. You guys now begin to approach. Does any of you want to say or do anything before you begin to ride?
Yeah, Sir Delan has already finished his entire water skin.
Very
He's
good.
just kind of wiping his brow, like his mouth, like.
Very good, yeah. Birthday work, being a leader, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Being awake.
Winter's gotta eat,
I
Yeah,
suppose.
it's also, being awake also takes a lot out of you, Ooh boy.
Very good.
Yeah, he just saddles up and gets ready for the rest to follow him, taking the lead.
Very good. So, you'll now mount up, feeling the weight of your duty settling upon your shoulders. The road to Broughton winds through a lonely forest and broken hills toward a ruin where banners still fly, where old battles refuse to be forgotten, and where the dead may yet watch from the shadows. You spur your horses forward. The journey has now begun. The journey itself takes about half a day. Who is leading from the front?
You know, I mean, he's the leader. He's gotta, he's gotta show the squires the ropes, even if he's a little, if his eyes are a little droopy on the
Yeah.
way over.
What are you doing? What are you doing as you ride forward?
I imagine he's getting a look of the surroundings. Probably not paying attention to like any like details and specifics, just like enjoying the sights.
Cool. Who's got the map?
I think I
That'll
do.
be one of the squire's responsibilities.
Okay. So I
I
imagine
think,
you're reading the map then?
yeah, I'm looking at the map, also just double checking that we're not riding through any like fairy territory or like keeping ourselves in like a ley line for too long.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, that's how you get sick, catch the Black Plague that way. So
Yeah, you got to.
Fairies are almost
yeah,
as
so we
bad as
might be
Saxons.
taking a little longer than you usually would, but it's for a good cause that we stay healthy and don't expose ourselves too much magic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's interesting. I'll have you roll for prudent to see if you succeed. If you fail, you'll have to roll for reckless. One big thing in this game is that if you want to do something, look at what traits it might represent and ask me, I would like to do something just. Then you roll, see if you succeed, then you do it. That's one thing that a lot of people do in the system, at least what I've seen watching people play this game. But as I was saying, yeah, if you could roll me a prudence check. Yeah, so you have succeeded on the prudent check. I want you to check mark it, as your character might become more prudent over the next winter period. Each check mark is like an XP mark, and the idea is every winter you have an opportunity to improve that score, that either a positive score or a negative score. And in case of all of you so far, most of you at least, everything seems to be pretty positive.
Yeah.
So you're doing that, I will. What is Charon doing?
Charon is gonna be looking around the environment to see, just to see if they're not if any suspicious figures are perhaps trying to ambush them.
Yeah, roll me an awareness check, please.
Very well.
Hey, nice.
It is a success. You notice a flock of ravens gather in the nearby trees, watching you all in eerie silence. How strange.
You guys think there might be some wizardry afoot?
Nonsense. Sir Lad said there was no undead in the castle. Besides, we're not even there yet.
Well, Sir Lad is not here, my sire. So
I know. Sorry.
I would like Charon to check mark awareness, please. Very good.
Do I know anything about that? Could I roll for folklore?
If you would like to roll for folklore.
Love to. No, that is a success.
Some say such birds are drawn to places where warriors have died.
I suppose I say then, mighty warrior has probably been slain here a long time ago. Just, point at the birds.
Very cool. I like it. I'm going to give you a check mark next to folklore.
Oh,
if I haven't already.
Brilliant.
I think I already have, haven't I? But albeit, guys, I want to know what Bedivere is doing at the rear.
Would it be possible, while I'm riding, to kind of check for things like tracks, whether they be game, other human trails that have ridden
Yeah.
that sort of thing?
Hunting would be what you would roll.
Yes.
Yes, you may do
Okay,
so.
I'll do that.
Unfortunately, you fail. You do not find much about this place, but presumably with it being a woods, hills around here, must be lots of game. You just do not spot any as you ride through. Perhaps the horses have spooked them. But the ruins of Broughton now rise before you all. Blackened stone walls silhouetted against a pale afternoon sky. What was once a proud manor is now little more than a hollow husk. Its shattered towers standing like broken teeth against the horizon. The Great Hall looms ahead. You can see parts of it have collapsed. With that in mind, you now ride towards courtyard. It seems to be quite narrow and confined. The choice is yours whether you would like to bring your horse or if you would like to dismount.
I would like to dismount.
Dylan will dismount as well. He'd look for somewhere to tie his horse. That way, nothing spooks them and they run off.
Very good.
I
Yep,
think
same
I
for
follow that
Bedivere.
example.
Okay. So you're all dismounting by the sounds of it. And you now approach the gate that allows entry into the courtyard. With you at the front, Delan, what do you do and what do you say to the other young men who are with you?
Yeah. What time does it appear to be? Just looking at the sky. Afternoon. Or...
It's like early to mid-afternoon.
Oh boy, look at the time. I think we should eat lunch and just stop here for a second. I mean, we've had such a long travel to get here. No.
Did anybody remember to bring wine?
Oh. You know, I have some bread. I mean, it's peasant food, but it's something.
Yeah, best to keep a clear head for this hunt.
Roll me.
Is it white bread or dark bread?
Roll me a laser check, Delan. Be aware, you should be prompting me to roll this rather than just going ahead with it.
Gotcha.
Because if you fail and you succeed on the opposite, then I have to tell you to change your course of action.
Critical success. For
You have critted though. You have critted. Very good. Which means you guys are now having a tea party. Very good. You're having a picnic outside the manor.
Yeah, luckily Blonde was prepared for such an event. As soon as he was out of Sir Alad's line of sight.
You have a loaf of bread and some simple butter that you're able to scrape onto the slices. You've got a bit of smoked meat as well, and you guys are drinking whatever liquids you have brought with you. It is a pleasant enough day, maybe a bit cold, but the view from this manor up in the hills is very pleasant. And with no real danger on your adventure, you guys are feeling pretty good.
Yes. Now remember.
But it is.
Oh.
Yeah, but it is too good. Can I roll for suspicious to be?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
pay very close attention that there's nothing wrong here. Perhaps some fairy magic trying to make us think it's all safe, but it's actually not, and we're about to
roll for suspicious, and that's how you do it, guys. Prompt me for your traits, and then do it if you succeed.
All right. Yeah.
suspicious. All right here.
You say I'd want to be lazy. So you see the rest of the men sitting down and getting out the bread, but you stand around and now look to see if you can spot anything out of the ordinary. Something doesn't feel right about this place. Perhaps it's the fact that it's a ruined place that nobody goes to. Why are the other men so calm and relaxed right now.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you a check
That is
mark.
what I want to know. All right, I've done that.
So what do you say to the rest of the knights upon feeling quite suspicious about this place?
I tell them to not eat anything except what we've brought. Because there might be some fairy magic afoot, and if they eat something from like the fairy's domain, uh, the fairy will like keep their soul forever. So
Oh,
just
that's
make sure that what they eat is actually their food, and that nothing has been slipped into their bags or anything. Because I think
uh,
that's what's going on here.
oh, that's a bunch of pagan nonsense. I mean, it's a ruined manor. What kind of food are they going to have in the place anyway? That's why I came prepared. And this was also a valuable lesson from me. That no knight may go into battle on an empty stomach and a tired mind. Just remember to repeat that when you see Sir Lad again. And don't tell them about this.
Is this is a tower, right? Just a tower, or does it have is a
This is a
castle with
this is
any
this
ramparts or?
this is a manor. This is a manor
Oh,
house.
okay.
So it is.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, there are a couple of like little battlements, like there's a little wall around it, but it is more like a manor than anything else. It's where people would live. It's kind of the center of like a patch of land where a lord would rule. Well, not a lord, a knight would rule from.
Is it possible to climb the ramparts,
Be very
the
difficult.
battlements? The battlements. Okay.
It would be quite challenging, and if you fail, you could really hurt yourself, and you can't get health back very easily in this system.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
not really worth the risk.
I think
Yeah.
I might.
For my better judgment, I will avoid doing that.
Very good. So you guys are eating Bedivere. Anything you wish to do?
I was thinking maybe looking around a little bit, just kind of seeing what signs of previous battle there might have been. Any old bits of weapons laying around, or just anything that might give some information about the battle that took place here.
Yeah, you can roll a hunting. Well, maybe not hunting actually. Let's go with a awareness check, please.
Oh.
God, you're not rolling very well today.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you. If we do have some combat, I imagine it'll be hopefully the opposite, and you'll be doing very well. But looking around, you are not able to see much out of the ordinary, but you can see that like the walls themselves are tired and damaged. Rocks have been broken away. You can see that there are arrows that have kind of littered the area. There seems to be a lot of like rusty equipment that seems to have just been tossed aside, but nothing of value and nothing of note.
All right.
With the food eaten, you guys now get back to your feet. And if you are ready, you can step into the courtyard. You ready?
Yeah. March to the courtyard, squires.
Very good. You step into the courtyard, boots crunching over gravel and brittle weeds. A wagon wheel lies abandoned, half buried in the earth, its frame stripped for firewood. Near the ruined stables to this manor, you see there is a fire pit, and it's smouldering. A thin wisp of smoke curling into the air. Someone has been here recently.
Yeah, seeing that, the Sir Delan is just gonna hold up his hand to the rest of the squires to like keep quiet as he slowly draws his sword and rears around the corner. Just trying to get a gauge if whoever has been here is still here or if they've left.
Cool. So you quietly step forward. You can roll me a dex check for stealth
Oh, yeah.
to see how
Oh wait, would we be wearing our armor?
you would.
Yeah, so I guess I'd have -10 penalty to that.
Yeah.
Which I'll mark down. Not sure if I'm doing this right. I put the modifier
Yeah, I
in.
think that's right. I think
Oh!
that is a fumble as you clunk, clunk, clunk forward, and you roll. Well, you look around, roll an awareness check.
All right.
Is that but armor? Is that include chainmail or is it
Yes.
using something else?
Chain
Oh, so
chainmail
what's-
makes you noisy in this game, just like many other games. To be fair, I believe it's a -10 modifier when you
Yeah.
chainmail, which basically it lowers your range. It makes it a lot more difficult to succeed on specifically like dexterity checks.
Yeah, that's a double failure.
Bedivere would whisper to the other squires, I think Knight Dallin is trying to lure out whoever's here.
Excellent plan.
So, as you said already, Delan, your hand drifts toward your sword. The stillness here is strange. No birds call from the nearby trees. No insects stir in the underbrush. And then, from the shadows of the ruins, they emerge. Figures slip from behind fallen columns, their shapes resolving into men clad in patchwork leather and wolf pelts, hands gripping rusted swords and crude axes. There are 5 of them, their faces half hidden beneath hoods and scarves, their eyes gleaming with hunger. One, a grizzled man with a missing ear, steps forward, running his tongue over cracked lips as he eyes your armor, Delan. Knights, eh? His voice is rough, but amused. Young ones, too. The others chuckle darkly, fanning out in a loose half circle around you guys, cutting off a portion of your retreat. One of them twirls a dagger lazily between his fingers, another adjusts the grip on a heavy iron club. The one-eared man tilts his head. Now, you all look like sensible boys. No need for bloodshed tonight. Drop your arms, leave the pretty little cloaks, and we'll let you go in one piece. You see his grin widen. Resist, and well, I suppose we'll be eating well tonight.
Dare,
What do you say?
Delan barks. You dare speak to me in that tone, peasant? I will have you know your weapons and armor are whack. You desire my steel? Well, your weapons could not hope to pierce it. Come at me, you heathen!
They all look at each other and they chuckle. And one of the other ones says, "Does he speak for all of you?"
I think I'm suspicious of the situation because there's no way that these 5 would challenge us 5 alone.
There's 4 of
I'm
you.
looking if there's more people like hiding in the ruins that we haven't spotted yet.
I was going to say that there are 4 of you. There's not 5 of you.
Oh, 4, my bad.
They do
was-
they do outnumber you.
Yeah, by 1. We're knights.
Yeah, I won. Look at them. Look at us, right?
We have armor. They
They
what do
need
they
like
have?
double the men to actually have a chance, right?
You guys are young boys. These guys are all in their 30s, so they assume probably because you're young that you're green. You're not very good.
All right.
Given
Well,
their
I think
appearance,
there's more of them. I think this is a setup. Can I like roll for suspicious again or something like that? That a possibility? Or like spot, what is it called?
Awareness.
Awareness, exactly.
I'm not sure you have enough time as you look around. You
Oh,
see that
okay.
they're readying to attack if you guys do not follow their orders. But it's up to you guys. Do you all draw your weapons? Does one of you want to say something? Maybe somebody who hasn't spoken yet?
Just curious, given that they look rather rough, do they look like just regular bandits, or are they Saxons based on how they're speaking and such?
Based on the language that they're speaking, the way that they look, these are clearly bandits.
Gotcha.
If these were Saxons, well, you guys may as well be dead.
Yeah.
Saxons are big, brutish. I mean, these are like, barbarians. Is what the way
Gotcha.
I would describe them. They're the Vikings of their time.
Mm-hmm.
But albeit, guys, if there is nothing else, you draw your weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are peasant filth. They're nothing more. What do they
Can I-
have on us?
Could I use prudent to pick one of the bandits who looks least prepared for fight to maybe kind of attack? I'm not sure that works in the system. I'm just kind of thinking through it, but kind of picking out a target that looks maybe least prepared or not quite as ready as the others.
You can roll a battle check. I don't think prudent would be appropriate for this.
Okay.
So
Ugh.
unfortunately, you fail. But albeit, guys, the combat now begins. The combat system in Pendragon works a bit different to other TTRPGs that you might have played. The first phase is called the determination phase. In this phase, you may perform an action. Okay? This does not include movement. So if any of you want to perform an action, I will say that drawing a weapon is an action, switching weapon is an action, attacking is an action, drinking a potion is an action, stabilizing somebody is an action, or doing something like, I don't know, pushing a rock off a ledge, something like throwing a Molotov. These are all actions. Okay?
Yeah.
If you guys want to move, you cannot do anything right now. You either attack or you move in this game. Is that understood?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. I will say, for sake of purpose, that one of these men has a bow. And I will mark this person with an icon so you guys know which one it is. The one with the red circle has a bow and some arrows. And I'm going to say he's going to pick a target. And because he can shoot you guys, he is going to target Sir Delan.
How does the initiative work?
Everybody acts at the same time. So I'm asking you guys as a collective, do any of you have a ranged weapon that you would like to use right now? If not, you guys end this part of your turn and we move on to the next part.
I'm
Between adventures, would it be fair to say that Delan would have gotten a bow?
If you did not specify it in the period that we had before this session, you do not have it, unfortunately. But
Alright,
if
fair
you
enough.
defeat this bandit, you'll have one.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Can I toss my spear?
I'm not sure how spear rules work. I know javelins you can. I think I would allow you to throw a spear, but I might be wrong, and feel free to let me know in the comments, people who are watching, if I'm wrong or not. But I'm gonna give you a negative modifier to trying to throw it at one of these people, because the idea is you're throwing it quite far. I know you can throw spears. I did spear throwing in school, like Olympic style, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that easy.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between throwing spears and like fighting spears as well.
Yeah. So
I would accept it. I would accept it.
you want to throw a spear? At whom?
Yes. The guy with the bow. Yes.
Guy with the bow. Okay, that is quite far. How many yards is that? About 5 or 6 yards. Yeah, okay, I'll give you a -5 to your throw. So if you want to throw your spear, you may do so now.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So yeah, unfortunately that is a miss. As the spear flies by. He is going to fire a shot towards Sir Delan. With his bow, he has a range of 10.
Yeah, if things are moving at the same time, Delan's gonna start approaching him, and he just raises his shield to get ready to block the strike.
Okay, so yeah, so I imagine it hits your shield as this part of the combat phase is over. No damage has been exchanged. We're now finally on the last part of this round, which is the movement phase. You guys may each move 1 yard right now. Have a look at what your movement speed is. It's probably between 2 and 4. Should
It's
be
on
under
stats.
It should be under stats.
To me, squad, we shall slay their leader, and these peasant filth will flee.
Can I call out to Sir Delan that he should go after the archer while I take on the person to the right of the archer?
Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
I shall slay their leader.
Yeah, roleplay, man.
Alright. And I'll do exactly that.
Okay, so like I
Oh.
said, guys, you can move 1 yard. The idea in this system is that everybody moves simultaneously. So we're doing 1 yard at a time until everybody's moved their full movement or finished moving.
My movement rate is 3. What does that mean?
You can move 3 squares. But we're doing 1
Okay.
square at a time. So you see Sir Delana's moved. Do you guys all want to move as well?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
move in conjunction with Sir Delan.
I suppose I yell, Sir Delan, you take the coward with the bow while I keep these thugs of your back. And then,
Okay, you guys may move up. 1 more.
Mm-hmm.
Can you move diagonally?
Yep, you can move in any direction you wish.
Yep.
Alright, guys, pause for a second. As it is time. Let's throw something on.
Oh, damn.
This is me we're talking about. You know I love my music. Alright, guys, so I imagine you guys have 1 more yard each, most of you, so feel free to move if you have any more movement.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't your movement affected by your dexterity modifier?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it's 18 for me. I'm not sure what that equates to. That's not counting armor. If it was counting armor, it'd just be 8.
So you can see that, unfortunately for you guys, the bandits have now surrounded you guys on all sides with their weapons drawn, some with axes, some with clubs, and one of them with a spear. And they are all around you guys. Do any of you guys still have any more movement?
nope.
No.
I'm not sure. I have a high dex modifier, and I just want to check what's the equation.
It should be on your sheet. There should be reference on your sheet of how much movement you have, right?
Let me look.
Under
Where would that be?
derived
Yeah.
statistics under attributes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
derived
it's
statistics.
Movement
It's
rate
movement
is
rate.
3. Yeah.
Yep, it's 3 for me as well. So I.
Yeah. So I think I'm all
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Me too.
Alright, give me a second, guys.
It's
Okay. Cool. Okay, so my apologies, I made a bit of a mistake here. These bandits wouldn't be as close because they have the exact same movement as you guys. I thought they had a bit more because they are less heavily armoured, but apparently not. Quite interesting. Alrighty guys, so with that in mind, the first round is over, and you can see it's just positioning right now. Everybody's kind of moving, getting closer, weapons ready. Do any of you guys have an action you want to perform, or are you getting ready to lock into melee?
Sir Delan is just looking to sidestep this guy over here, which he thinks he's trying to cut off from the archer, just to try to move around him and go over to this guy. He wants to steal his bow.
Yeah, this guy is going to fire a shot towards Hyrule now, which is unopposed. If he succeeds, he gets you. If he
Question.
fails, then he doesn't. Ranged weapons are quite scary in this system. The other guys are all just kind of approaching you with their weapons, yelling and screaming as they charge forward. None of them are going to be performing any actions.
Didn't the archer move too? Isn't there only one, like, you can either move or attack?
Oh yeah, you're right. So you would actually still
Okay.
be here. Thank you for reminding me. Noob DM.
Yeah.
Noob GM. Yeah.
That would have been a bit strong if he could move and shoot
Yeah,
at
it fucking would be, wouldn't it? But I will have him fire a shot at the same target as I specified before, and we'll roll right now.
Alright. I don't even need to roll anything, right?
Nope.
Alright.
Let me just double check and make sure I'm going to the page with bows, just to make sure it's all good. Okay, so what weapons are you using? Like, what are you holding in your hands right now, Hywell?
A sword.
Anything else?
Just my trusty sword.
Oh,
Could I be
the
carrying a
shield-
shield too? Is that a...
Yeah.
I might be...
Do you have your shield equipped?
Do I have a shield?
Yes, it should be on your sheet.
Oh yeah, then of course I have a shield equipped. I thought I was just running with a sword, okay? Yeah, no, I do have a shield. I didn't see it in my inventory. Alright, now.
Cool.
My bad.
Cool. I'm struggling to actually see the specification actually, but I'm pretty sure you subtract the target's armor value from the damage here, so you might not take any damage from this. You've got a 16 armor class, so yeah, it just hits your chainmail. You take no damage from the arrow shot. He has to crit you really to hurt you, or roll really well. But that's the melee part done. Winners and losers are all done as well. It's now movement phase again. You can all move one square.
Right.
yeah, he is trying to cut me off.
Is it possible to attack from 1 yard away?
If you have like a reach weapon, yes, but you guys don't. You guys need, if you guys want to fight somebody, you need to actually like go next to them, and then next round you can actually fight them.
Yeah, I need one of you guys to like cut this guy off from, because if you guys don't engage him before I move up here,
Yeah.
he's gonna engage me, and then nobody's gonna
I
be
think-
able to get
Yeah.
to the archer.
I'm gonna
I think
engage
both
him
you and
next.
Kara need to move up left, right?
Well, everybody moves at the same time, so now it's the next square, guys. And he's gonna move in there. This guy's gonna move here. This guy's gonna move towards Bedivere, and this guy's gonna move into the rear. Bedivere, you can still move if you wish, or you can stay there and fight this guy. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll fight this guy. I'm kind of trying to defend the rear while we're pushing towards the archer.
Yeah, it's fair. What about you, Karen?
Charon is gonna move up here.
Lovely.
Excellent.
I'm gonna engage this guy. Let's see if 2 of us can do short work of him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just gotta flop through these guys quickly, and then we'll get to the big guy.
that was the second piece of movement. So there is still one more movement available. All of you guys are locked into combat now, so you can't move anymore. I believe that's how it works. Unless if you want to try and pull away, it's like a disengage thing, but you have to like roll a check to see if you can successfully disengage, and if you fail, you get fucked up basically. This guy's going to move up behind Bedivere, so Bedivere is now fighting against 2 men at once. And with that in mind, guys, at the end of the round, it is now the determination phase, and you are all locked into combat. So I want you guys to each tell me what you want to do. So
Delan's he's gonna strike at this guy, just hoping to cut him down quickly. That way you can move on to the leader. And Charon can go break off and try to help Bedivere.
No, Charon is gonna try to strike this guy as well.
Very good. In this system, the idea is if you guys attack one guy like together, he has to split his sword skill between you guys, or his weapon skill, which means that he's at a disadvantage. He's being like outnumbered, so it's a really cool like teamwork mechanic. Unfortunately, that's going to work against Bedivere here because he is getting teamwork right now. He's getting flanked by two men.
You just
Highwell,
gotta hold out, dude.
Highwell, what do you want to do?
I am going to just try and cut down the bandit before me.
Cool, yeah, I like it. Don't roll yet, guys. We all roll at the same time in this.
Got it.
So, Benevere, you are being targeted, assailed by these two bandits. They are both targeting you with their weapons. What weapon are you using to defend yourself with?
My sword.
So you need to split your sword skill between these two individuals, and you can choose how you want to split it. You can do a perfect split, like a 50-50, or you can do most of your skill on one and a little bit of skill on the other. It's up to you, but the idea is you can go full in on one guy, but it will leave you open to the other guy. The other guy can just like hit you if he succeeds.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do a 50-50 split since I'm trying to hold them off.
Cool. What is your score with the sword?
15.
15. So you're going 7 and 8.
Yeah, that works.
7 on the left, 8 on the right. Yeah.
8 on the left, 7 on the right.
Cool. All right, guys. Sounds like everybody's good. So the idea is you're now going to roll, and you are being contested by your opponent. That is how it works in this system.
Got it.
So feel free to roll.
Take that! Huzzah!
Find out if you have succeeded or failed. If you roll above the number, then that is a fail. If you rolled beneath the number, then you have succeeded. But be aware, if I roll higher than you, but within my range, I succeed. It's a partial success, though, which means your armor will take most of the damage. But if you fumble, like Highwell did, and I hit him, he will take a lot of damage.
Ooh.
Are you guys ready for the attacks now, then?
Yep.
Yes.
So the guy that Sardalan is fighting is having to split his attack. He is using an axe, and his skill is 13 with the axe. So he's going to split it 6 and 7. 6 towards Charon and 7 towards Dalan. Okay?
Alright.
6 to Charon. That's a crit.
Oh my god!
And towards
Whoa.
Dalan, a 3. That is a success.
Oh.
So Dalan, that means he has hit you, but it's a partial success, which means you can use your armor. Although saying that, he can only actually hit one of you with this, because he can't do damage against both of you, can he? And I didn't really specify who would be targeting, but I'm gonna say that he would go for Dalan because he's trying to go for the archer.
Gotcha.
So the crit, whilst nasty, isn't going to have any other negative effects to Charon apart from the fact that he missed. So
Alright,
Dalan,
do your worst, Brigand.
15 points, your armor soaks it.
Yep, armor soaks it. Thank God.
No, Miko, in the rules, the idea is that if you defend from multiple targets, you can only actually do damage to one of them. Otherwise, you'd be able to, like, split your damage against 3 people. Yeah, or 2 or 3 people, and that'd be pretty OP.
Yeah, okay, because I watched the videos and then that's how this guy explained it, I think. But sure.
Oh, well, I read it online. I've seen other people play, and that's not how they do it. But if I'm wrong, put it in the comments, please, guys.
I'm a
Let's
bit confused.
see what happens against Hyrule. Roll a 5, which is a success.
Oh.
This guy is using a club, and he is going to roll damage against you, and you are going to take this damage. You have no armor soak because you failed your swing.
Right.
That is 15 points of damage that you take.
Ooh.
That is a lot of damage. That brings you
That's rough.
under half. I need to very quickly check to see what your major wound threshold is, because I think you might have been. Can you roll me? What's your size?
Well, my size is 16.
Your size is 16. All right, so you're cool. You haven't been you haven't been knocked down. But if you take damage equal to or greater than your con, what's your con?
That is 12.
Ooh.
Okay. So you do. This is actually classified as a major wound. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so you haven't been knocked down. That's good. Oh no, it says if the damage exceeds your con, the size must the knight must roll a dex to see if they stay on their feet. Okay, so I think because you've been hit so hard and this is like a nasty wound, you do need to roll me a dex check, please.
Ooh,
Success.
poof.
Good. I'm struggling to find the rules for knockdown right now. I'm just going through the book. I've done it in a previous game, but the thing about this game is there's so much to it that I find myself getting fucking brain rot. Trying to remember everything. So just give me literally a minute as I'm going to look at it, because I do not want to do this wrong, because this matters. And I imagine it's under the combat section. Injury and health, page 122.
I'm gonna take that minute too.
Yeah, go to the restroom if you need to. It's fine. Alright, so this is a major wound. Okay, so you need to tick the chirurgery needed box. well.
Alright.
So you now require the attention of an expert in order to avoid infection and other dangers resulting from your injury. You need to roll a d20 check against your current hit points. So you need to roll a 13 or less, which you do.
That's what I did.
That's good. That means that you stay conscious. Because you got hit so hard that you could have fallen unconscious, which is pretty fucking gnarly, I'm not going to lie. It then says the player must roll on the table 5-3, which is a statistics lost table, to discover the permanent effect, if any, of this wound. Okay, where is this fucking table? One second. One second. Looking for the table. The suspense is killing me. Table 5-3. Statistics lost, page 108. Are you ready to roll?
Yes.
Alright, you need to roll me a d6 to see if you lose any stats.
It's a 5.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, does it specify how many points you take, or is it just 1 point? Yeah, I think it's just 1 point. Cool. So you lose a point of appearance.
Ooh.
As I imagine.
Scratches your beautiful face.
Yeah, imagine somebody hits you in the face. And, you know, leaves a scar, which is pretty nasty. But other than that, you are still conscious. You may wish to continue fighting or performing some similarly active task. However, the injured character must first make a successful valorous roll to do so. Yeah? Roll a valorous check.
To what? I didn't quite catch that.
Basically, you've been hit really hard in the face, and you're now your character might start panicking or hesitating or wanting to flee.
Yeah.
You have succeeded, which means that you don't want to flee, or you don't have to flee if you don't want to. But that is a hefty wound. All right.
Yeah, it's rough.
All right.
Right, that's everything. You're still standing, you're still in the fight. You haven't been knocked unconscious. I mean, kind of best case scenario, it would have been better if you didn't lose any appearance, but it'd be what it be. All right, Bedivere, over to you now. You've already rolled. I'm going to roll against you to see if either of these guys hit you. You've split your skill, haven't you? 8.
Yep.
8 on the right, 7 on the left.
I think it was 8 on the left, 7 on the right.
8 on the left,
I was
7 on the right.
Focusing a teeny bit more on the guy running up on me.
Yeah, cool. One of these guys has a spear with 12 skill. Let's see if he succeeds or fails. This guy on the left. He fails. And the guy on the right has a club, skill 10. They both fail. How did you roll?
I rolled a 4.
Okay, you need to roll for both enemies. So 4 would have been, let's say, for the left.
Okay. Yep, for the left.
And now roll for the right.
Yeah, I thought it was one roll for
That's
both
fine.
numbers.
That's
Let me
fine, you're
roll
learning.
again real quick.
But 4 is a success, so you have managed to block or maybe even injure the guy on the left. Let's see if you hit the guy on the right as well. Or block the guy on the right.
Oh.
Okay, so
both mess.
both fail on the right, but you do manage to hit the guy on the left. You can roll damage.
All right, so it'd be 5d6.
Yep. Because he fails, he'll take all of this.
It's gonna be 30.
Oh my god!
And
How do you execute this bandit?
Off with his head.
swing!
Brilliant.
Holy shit! One hit, one kill.
Dude, that is a really nasty roll from you. Tick your sword skill if you haven't already.
His biceps aren't for nothing.
Yeah, definitely. Those are killing arms.
Hell yeah. Alright, guys. So that is the end of the contest because most of you failed previously, but Bedivere has managed to kill one of the men. Because you all performed an action, none of you can do movement. It's now the next round. What do you guys want to do, starting with Sir Delan?
This guy has defied our expectations. And he's gonna swing at him again, with more fury, to try to put him down. He's not so concerned about Bedivere anymore. In fact, he's actually quite impressed. He's more concerned about Highwell and how he's in danger.
I think Bedivere is being very impressive at the moment. It's funny, all these bad rolls earlier on, now he's fucking lopping people's heads off.
Yeah, but he's basically gonna attack this guy, and that's it.
I love it. So you're going to go for that guy, Karen?
Yes, that's you.
You're going to go for him too. Nice. Highwell?
I am going to retaliate, obviously.
Okay, that's a risk. You're quite injured. I hope that you succeed on this check. Bedivere.
So I can choose to try to move, but that would cause me to have to do a disengage action, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll stick with staying engaged with the guy that I'm currently fighting.
Okay. Okay, so it says the rules are, just so you guys are aware, because I think it's important to understand the rules. If you want to disengage from combat, so if you're in melee combat and you want to move away, you must use your action to disengage, which means you forego attacking. You need to make a dex roll if you're trying to flee suddenly, so you would probably roll a dex roll. And if an enemy has a higher movement rate, they can pursue you and keep the fight going. But it allows you to kind of reposition yourself, right?
Right.
Alright, so you're going to stay, you're going to fight. Very cool. Sake of purpose, this guy here he is actually going to focus his entire skill against Delan. He's going to leave himself open to Charon. He's hoping that Charon is just going to fumble or miss, and he can just fucking execute Delan. This guy's going to obviously swing against Highwell. He's got a check mark next to his club right now for bonking you, and he's going to try and finish you off. And the other guy obviously sees what you've done to his ally, and he's going to try and give you a swing, and we'll see what happens. The archer is not going to do anything. He's going to wait for his movement.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't want to risk firing into his friends.
So, yeah, if you guys wish to roll now.
Huzzah! Take that, brigand!
Success, and a success from you guys so far. Another success. That is 4 successes from you guys, but are you going to beat the bandit that you're fighting? Charon is already hit, so you're going to be able to roll damage, but not yet. Just wait a second. Let's see if Delan gets hit by this swing. That's a fumble! That is a fumble!
That's a fumble! He was not expecting Karen and Delan to come into the combo.
So you are both going to be comboing this guy, swinging at him from the same time from different angles. Don't roll damage yet, but unless you guys roll like shit, you're probably going to kill this guy. Second guy is going to swing against Highwell with his club. He rolled an 11. Let me check what his skill was. His skill is 10, so he fails against you. And the last guy, I think you killed the spearman. So you're fighting against an axeman with skill 12. And he does succeed against Bedivere, and he beats Bedivere's roll, which means that he does hit you, but you have your armor. That's how it works. If you succeed, but he beats you, your armor will take a lot of the damage, because the idea is it's a partial success for the enemy.
Gotcha.
Not a full success. A full success is when you just fumble, you do badly, you fail, and you get fucked up. Alrighty, so it's now the winner's stage of the combat. So everybody who has hit somebody can roll their damage.
20.
18.
So he beat my 2, so I don't get to roll damage. Is that correct?
That is correct, and he does 17 points of damage, but that is reduced by your armor, which is 16. You take 1 point of damage. That is a minor wound.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's good.
Not but a flesh wound.
You take a point of damage. Highwell has done a lot of damage as well. 18 points. And Sir Delan, Charon, I need the two of you to explain how you wombo combo this guy and just like fucking kill him together. Because he's
Sir
dead.
Delan, he sees the brigand going in for an upward strike, but he ducks low all of a sudden with his unexpected speed, and he slashes him across the stomach, disemboweling the foul bandit.
And as you get him in the stomach, Charon, what do you do to finish it?
Charon very vengefully raises his sword and just split his skull in half.
Very cool. Okay, so I just rolled a dex check for the guy. He's actually... I do need to roll a couple of other checks as well for the other guy, the guy Highwell's fighting, because he has took so much fucking damage. Like, major wound damage. So I'm going to roll for that as well. He's failed. He goes unconscious.
Nice. Maybe we can interrogate that guy for what he knows about this place.
Okay, so with that in mind, it's now the movement phase. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that fucker's trying to get away.
And
That's my bow.
And he is going to dash, which does tire him out. He's not going to be able to do this for very long, but he just runs up the steps. And he gets to the top. And he's going to end his turn there. The other guy obviously was in combat, so he can't do anything. That is the end of the round. It's now the start of the next round. What do you guys want to do? What are you guys thinking as a group?
Karen will go. Actually, I mean, this
Feel free to
guy's
talk. Feel free to
unconscious.
talk to each other as well about like what you're thinking.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
after that guy. I want his bow.
Yeah,
Alright.
Karen will follow suit and is just try to dash to get this guy too.
Stop there, brigand! Drop your bow, and I may consider sparing your pathetic life.
I like it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Is in that movement.
Yeah, wait for the movement phase.
Got
Let other
Yeah.
people do anything they want to do in combat. Well, your opponent is unconscious. What do you want to do?
I think if the other two are already taking care of the bowman, I will come and help Bedivere to avoid major injury.
Cool. Yeah. Alrighty, so you move up alongside Bedivere. You're feeling a bit weakened from that hit, like maybe a bit of a concussion. I want you to roll me a con check right now, just to see if you're feeling stable. You need to roll within your range. You fail. I'm going to give you a -5 to your range for your attack on this round. As you just feel a bit groggy, a bit weakened, as you can probably see from your hit points. In Pendragon, if you have half health, you are half dead. So that is a way of looking at it. But you want to move up. That is going to be on the movement phase. So you're still there just for now. Bedivere, what are you doing? You going to actually attack this guy?
Yep, I'll go at him again.
Cool, and he's going to obviously go for you as well. Just a one-on-one clash as Highwell starts running in towards you. So Delan and Caron begin chasing the archer. Bedivere, you can roll to see if you hit or fail. Fight against an axeman with 12 skill. He beats you. That is a hit on the axeman.
Oh, okay. So he beats you by rolling higher than what you roll under the skill level, right?
Correct. So he has a threshold of
gotcha.
12. You have a
Gotcha.
threshold of 15, right? But if he beats your threshold roll, which was a 1, then he wins. But if you were to
Gotcha.
roll the 7, you would win.
Wouldn't
Gotcha.
the one be a crit?
No, a crit is when you roll your target number, which for Bedivere would be a
Oh, okay.
15.
Okay, so it's okay.
The idea is that means that if you're really shit at fighting, but maybe you've got like a 5 sword skill, but you roll a 5, you get really lucky and you crit an enemy, like somebody who might have a much higher skill than you.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing that
Alright.
happens sometimes in sword fights. Somebody gets lucky. But obviously, if you've got a much higher sword skill, you're much more likely to succeed and be victorious. Anyway, so he does 18 points of damage, which means you only take 2 points of that because you did succeed on your roll, didn't you? It was a partial success for him.
Yep.
So 2 points of damage. It's another light injury. Nothing really for you to worry about, but those do need to be first aided at some point soon, otherwise they might start giving you negative effects. With that being done, the rest of you guys may move now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I dash as he did?
Yeah, you may dash, which is double move.
All right. So that make me move 3.
I'm not gonna
Six, yeah.
penalize you guys because I feel like you haven't really took any damage. I only did it for Highwell because he got his bell rung by a really hefty hit.
There we go. We're climbing the steps, ready to go on after him.
Very good, I like it. The Highwell rushes in. It's the end of the round. It's the start of the next round. It's the declaration phase. Delan and Karen, are you guys both skipping your turn just to continue chasing?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm not gonna let this guy get away. He's
Cool.
either gonna drop his bow and surrender, or we're gonna fucking murder him.
Do you
for
say
it.
Do you say anything? Do you want to do a personality trait right now? Maybe.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I think I said something similar to last round.
Yeah, but I can't. I want you to tell me what personality trait you want to do, and then roll it and see if you succeed or not.
Yeah,
I was saying that you
uh,
are trying to be convincing, aren't you? Maybe I could have you roll like an appearance check, because it's kind of like charisma.
Yeah, sure. But it's more of a threat, you know. If he doesn't drop his fucking bow and quiver, I'm gonna kill him. I'm not sure. Would that be cruel?
No, I think cruel is like, it's the opposite. It is literally the opposite of being merciful. You're like killing somebody in a horrible way. You're not necessarily doing that. You're just threatening him.
Yeah. All right. So I
Uh,
guess it'd be just appearance then.
Yeah, you can roll.
Okay.
You can roll an appearance check.
1.
Yeah,
Succeed?
you succeed. So you guys begin chasing, and the bandit now suddenly stops, drops his bow, and puts his hands up.
And your quiver. I didn't forget about that too.
Highwell and Bedivere, you guys are obviously both now locked in with this guy. Are you both attacking, yeah?
Yes.
Very cool. So yeah, he's going to split his skill. He's got 12 skill. He's going to split 6-6 between you guys. You guys can both roll.
There's no way.
Highwell unfortunately fails. And your modifier, you would have had a -5 for that as well, so that would have been
Bedivere is
even worse.
swinging like a champ. Holy shit.
Okay, so Bedivere
Oh,
on
nothing
the
like
left.
that. Okay.
Wow. Wow, he actually succeeds.
Jesus Christ, this
it's-
guy's on fire.
It's a partial success for Bedivere, so Bedivere will be dealing damage this round, but he will the bandit will be able to use his armor. He's wearing leather. So the other guy, let's see if he's able to block Highwell. He's not. So both of them fumble against it. Well, both of them fail against each other. Bedivere, you can roll damage.
Wait, but if both fail, do I not get to destroy his weapon? Because I'm carrying a sword and he's not, right?
I think that's on a draw. Let me double check.
Huh.
A lot of damage. That's good.
Nice.
Yeah. If both characters fail their attacks in Pendragon 5th edition, then nothing happens that round. Both attacks miss and no damage is dealt.
Okay.
I think it's a draw.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a draw.
Alright.
You like clash weapons, and if you're, not using a sword, it basically breaks. I think fumble as well. If somebody fumbles, that's when they roll a 20, they lose grip of their weapon. And that guy did roll a 20 before, but it was the round where those two guys fucking executed him, so it didn't really fucking matter.
Yeah.
He just fucking died, didn't he? Like,
Yeah, I mean, he got mega murdered.
he got mega murdered. Yeah. So anyway, leather armor doesn't really give much armor resistance. So he's going to be taking a lot of damage. 4 points of protection, I'm pretty sure. So that means
14,
he takes
yeah.
14 points of damage.
Ooh, that's a hefty blow.
That is a hefty blow. Okay, so with that in mind, I need to roll a couple of checks for him quickly because he's been fucky wuckied. Con check. He fails and he goes unconscious. Very nice.
We're gonna take most of these guys prisoner.
Yeah, you hit him really hard. He just goes down, very
Nice.
expectedly. Looks like the combat is over, guys. They've all been defeated, and one of them is got his hands up. He's down on his knees, and he's begging for mercy from you guys.
Karen, bind his hands. Make sure he
Yeah.
doesn't try to pull anything funny. As
Good idea.
Delan, rubbing his hands gleefully, picks up the bow and the quiver.
Very good.
After tying this guy's hand, I'm gonna see if I can recover my spear.
Yeah, you head over and start looking in the gravel to see if you can find your spear. And yeah, it's there. You just pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Bedivere,
Did this?
well, are you doing anything?
In terms of rendering first aid to oneself, is that something we could do now, or?
Yeah, I think I've always been confused about this, but I think you can do first aid to yourself. You just can't perform surgery on yourself, as I'm sure you can understand. So yeah, you can attempt first aid on each wound that you've been given. If you've been given multiple wounds, and you need to do multiple checks.
Okay.
Where's the inventory on the sheet?
Inventory.
I just want to
We
make
have
sure. I just want to
someone-
make sure I can add the what's it called?
Is it under like equipment? There's like notes under equipment. Maybe you can put it in there.
Equipment. Oh yeah,
It's under the skills page.
bow and how many arrows?
Roll me 2d6.
Oh nice.
Got 5 arrows
5.
left.
Ah, 5 arrows. Okay. I guess I could get. Those aren't hard to come by.
Ow.
Not particularly. All right. So if you want to do first aid on yourself, or you know, if you want to, then you can roll a first aid check.
Okay.
I have some knowledge of first aid. I would like to try giving some to heal. See if I
Yeah.
can help him patch his wounds.
All
right.
thanks.
Ugh.
So unfortunately, both of Bedivire's wounds have been aggravated.
Oh
that
no.
they are not going to be able to immediately be healed. Instead, they need to now heal naturally.
I show him my potion. I say, you want it?
Hold on to it for a moment. We don't know what other dangers may lurk in these ruins.
Speaking of which, do these guys like this? Like, we already got a bow. Do these guys have anything useful?
Yeah, they do. I will say, guys, there is actually, in the stat section, in the right side, there is a section where you should be writing down the wounds that you take. So each injury that you have, whether it's 1 point or 5 points, there's a checkbox next to it that says FA, which is first aid. If you have successfully done first aid, you can tick it. If you have not, then you can't tick it. So Bedivere should have a couple of wounds there. I think Hywell's got one big one.
Yeah.
One big wound, and obviously you need triurgery. So you're definitely not doing well. I think that -5 is going to continue unless you can actually get some proper healing. You need that healing potion more than Bedivere does.
I would first aid on the wound work.
Do you want to try and do first aid on your own wound?
Unless we have someone who has more than a 10 in the skill.
No, I think you're the highest.
Do we have that?
No.
Alright, then I am going to try that. Yeah, I'm just rolling. God damn it.
All right. So the idea is, the wound now needs to be treated within 24 hours. Hywell. If it doesn't get treated, it will fester, and you will take more damage.
Oh.
So it can be quite nasty.
Alright, so what do I do? Do I just
it'll-
write back?
No. To be fair, it's like within 24 hours. So it's up to you. You could ride back, but that would be the end of today's adventure for you. Or you could be valorous and brave and continue on injured, but you will be weaker.
What does that mean, that I'm weaker? Just that I have less HP, or?
Well, you've got less health, and I'm going to give you a -5 to your combat attacks now.
with a -5 on my combat attacks.
Yeah, so if you've got 15 sword skill, it will be now 10.
Well,
Alright.
that just.
Can I try another first aid on Bedivere?
No, it can only be done once.
Yeah, because I did one on heal.
Oh, I thought you did it on.
Well,
I
this
thought you
is
did it
a-
on better.
No, I did on heal. Heal to see if I could help him with, because he is in worse shape.
He's in bad shape. Yeah, roll for Bedivere.
Okay. Just
Okay, so
Yeah,
you d-
while this is all going on, would it be alright if Sir Delan just moves over with the prisoner that they have and just secures the other two guys?
yes.
He's thinking about interrogating them.
Yeah, you bring him back with the rest of the men, and he's obviously been tied up. You're kind of standing there with your sword drawn, ready to lop off a head if you need to. You do look
Yeah.
around, and you do find some treasures that they had here. There's a bundle of unfinished embroidery. There's a Saxon war badge. There's a leather pouch of mixed coins and an old Roman dagger as well.
sorry, what was the first item? About an unfinished embroidery.
You know, I say that old Roman dagger would look nice in my family estate. I think I shall be taking that as well.
Very good.
I think it makes sense to divide the coins, as in the lord takes a bigger share, and each of us takes like 3, and the lord goes with 6.
Oh
About
no! Don't bother with me. I simply have all of I have. Bedivere, you can take my share. You did well today.
Thank you.
Would that warrant a generous check?
Yeah. Go for a generous
Alright.
check.
Gotcha.
Right. Bedivere just
6.
Yeah, check mark it.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, what was the result of my first aid?
You succeeded. So I think Bedivere, one of your 2 wounds, is actually first aided now.
Okay. Does
What?
that regain? Okay.
Yeah, you do actually regain a little bit of HP. I'm fairly certain. I'm just double checking it right now. Cool. So you heal 1d3 hit points, Bedivere.
So how is gonna be the division of the items?
Karen, I'm also going to give you a first aid check as well. Bedivere,
What does the embroidery looks like?
Interesting question. It's rolled up in like a moth-eaten cloth, showing the early work of a lady's tapestry. The thread is gold, but it's quite sparse.
Interesting.
By a lady, I mean like a noble lady. Very nice, but just unfortunately unfinished. So, with that in mind, guys, the balance have been captured, and 2 of them are unconscious on the ground, having received strikes from a few of you. One of them is still alive and has his hands on his head, and begs to be let go.
You will simply tell us about this place, and we will consider not turning you into the pillory.
Well, it's abandoned, isn't it? This is just where we call home for now.
Oh, you must know something about it. We've heard rumors that the banner of what was the knight again? I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the name. It was
He looks at you coyly, and he says, "We don't dare go in. It's a spooky place. It's haunted."
Have you seen anything from this place?
No, but I've heard the stories. No sane man would dare go in there. And it keeps
Well,
people
you-
away, doesn't it?
Well, how long have you been camped in this place?
A while.
Well, then you must have seen something. So you better spit it out.
Do you want to try and... Are you prompting me for a trait or a skill or something?
No, he's just trying to press him. He doesn't trust that he just doesn't know anything. And he just thinks the guy is lying. And he's just trying to shake any bit of information out of him.
Well, yeah. He puts his hands up and says, "I'm honest. I don't know anything."
Alright, well, if you haven't seen anything, if any of your men have?
Well, they're dead. Or dying.
Is that all of them?
He nods.
That wasn't exactly helpful. Alright then, what to do with you, though? We will lock you up here, for now. You tried to run, we will hunt you down, and we will not be so merciful next time.
Roll a merciful check, please.
Alright.
You fail.
Fail.
Roll a cruel check, please.
Alright.
As you make the warning, you break his fingers.
You...
You know what? I
You-
changed my mind. He punches him in the face.
Very nice. So yeah, you give him a hefty punch. You can tick cruel.
Yeah, he's probably
That's
feeling a
Pendragon, guys. The game writes itself.
Yeah, you know, I think like in his head, like Sir Delon, he's just frustrated that he didn't get any bit of information out of this brigand.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. It's very cool. Yeah, you punch him hard in the face, and it's hard enough that you knock him out.
All right, I suppose he's all tied up here, and hey, that'll make a good execution day. I'm sure Sir Lad would he would appreciate the gift. He says in
well-
quotation marks.
I mean, it keeps the peasantry satisfied. Give them something to talk about.
Yes, and
Isn't that right, my lord?
yes, and somebody to blame for all their troubles. You
What
chuckle.
about this other two? I don't think they're gonna last much longer.
Oh, just leave them here. They're no use to us.
Mm.
Was does the spearman look like he'll probably die if untended?
Yes, these men will likely bleed out before you return,
Mm-hmm.
unless they are treated.
To be fair, I think I would actually like Mercy killing them.
Bedivere would ask
You wanna roll for
Charon if it's possible to save the spearman, since he was kind of valiant and fought well in Bedivere's opinion.
Which one is the spearman?
The last one, that one right there.
Okay, let me take a look.
Yes, if he fought valiantly, I suppose then spare him.
Be aware, guys, he is an outlaw, so if you spare him, you are expected to bring him back to your lord so he can be hanged.
Well, his,
I mean,
his
that'll-
death. Well, his death. I mean, it seems like he's salvageable, but his destiny is gonna be the same. I mean, which do you prefer? Have him hanged, or just?
Well, maybe
Yeah,
the Lord
that's
will be merciful and send him off to fight the Saxons or something.
That's true, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
he
Or it
might,
could be
the,
useful.
the lord could be merciful and put him in a work camp or something like that.
I mean, let's see what we can do about this guy then.
Yes, if he is a good Christian and prays to God, then I suppose.
mean- He was trying to kill us, so he's that is a few commandments disobeyed right there.
Yes,
you know.
indeed. He's still. If he fought valiantly, then perhaps he may find a way to repent.
Well, killing
Mhm.
Saxons is a wonderful repentance.
Oh, indeed.
I mean, it is noble work in the Lord's name for sure.
Yes, and we certainly need all the men we can against the Saxon brutes.
Okay, how do I fare in?
You succeed, which means that he does heal ever so slightly. It doesn't bring him to. He is still unconscious, but he's not dying anymore.
Okay.
Which means that you guys can transport him back after you finish. The other guy, however, will likely keel over before you return.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mercy kill this guy.
Oh, okay.
My
I'm gonna ask you for a check because I think this requires something from you. And I'm gonna say you say you want to mercy kill him. I'd
yes.
say that is quite a forgiving thing. You're being quite forgiving to this man, even though he tried to kill you. So I want you to roll me for forgiving, and if you succeed, you will mercy kill him. If you fail, then you'll have to roll for vengeful and see if you succeed on that or not.
Woo!
Very good. So you succeed on forgiving. I will, and you probably don't like this because you've got very high vengeful, but I want you to tick forgiving. So you might move slightly towards forgiving now. We'll see. But yes, describe how you mercy kill this man.
I just stab him where his heart is supposed to be, and just end
End his
do
life.
as quickly as possible. Yes.
I like it. Very good.
I cannot hear a British person say "I like it" anymore without thinking about that skit about fox dung.
All right, guys. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, let's get in there and
Let's
let's
wait.
find that banner. That way
Very-
we can return home with all of our riches.
Very good. Let's shift the music now. So,
Oh, oh boy.
as you
To be fair, I
step,
think this. Oh, go on.
thank you. As you step into the great hall of Broughton, the air is thick, the scent of damp wood and decay. The roof is half collapsed, allowing shafts of light to filter through, casting long shadows across this ruined chamber. The shattered long table dominates the centre of the room, once proud oaken frame split and broken, but even in ruin, still bears the sigil of the Broughton family, a black banner emblazoned with a golden boar. The emblem, though faded, speaks of a lineage long extinguished. An old fireplace, long unused, sits on one side and has not been lit for a long, long time. Tattered curtains hang limply from rusted iron rods, their once rich fabric now stiff with old bloodstains. Remnants of the final, desperate battle fought here a decade ago. The wind stirs these curtains like ghosts lingering at the edge of sight. What do you guys want to do in this room? You can see that there's a staircase on the far side that ascends to an upper floor.
Alright, squires, I believe we need to ascend to the battlements. If a merchant saw the banner from a distance, then I reckon that our chances of finding it would be on one of the towers of the walls.
Aye, aye.
All right.
Sounds like the thing to do. Yes.
Uh,
Will you
Indeed.
take point, my lord?
Yes, I shall take point.
Very good. So the four of you now press forward. And the ascent is slow. The stone steps treacherous with moss and the rot. The wind howls through the shattered manor, slipping through broken walls like dying breath. And as you climb higher, the air grows cold, unnaturally so, and a strange whisper begins to echo through the ruins. It is not the wind. I want you guys to roll me a valorous check, please.
Jesus. Ugh.
Alright.
As the voices sliver through the halls, low and rasping, half-heard words spoken by unseen tongues. They call out names, some familiar, some lost to time. They murmur in pain, in longing, in warning.
Ugh.
Failure means you hesitate. Dread curling in your gut. Moving forward, you have -5 modifier for your combat tests, Bedivere.
Oh, that's not good.
Rest of you guys succeeded. And so you press on. At last...
He will hold on.
Yeah?
He will hold on to Bedivere. He seems a bit pale.
Mhm.
Anything you do or say, Bedivere? Any trait that you would like to roll?
And I try to roll for my no, I can't think of anything right this moment, so.
Oh, that's fine, fine. But you do have someone's hand on your shoulder as they're trying to help and lead you forward. And so, at last, the stairway opens into a ruined chapel in this manner.
Just to kind of comfort Sir Bedivere. Well, I mean Bedivere. I mean he's not Sir yet, but Sir Delan will say, "Come on, Sir Bedivere. It's only the wind." He knows that's not true, but he says that kind of convincingly to just prompt them forward. Try to quell
So
his
you
rage.
say.
And so, you enter into the chapel. It has been gutted by fire. Wooden beams have collapsed. Its altar blackened with soot. Great hole in the ceiling gapes opened to the afternoon sky. And once this place was a sanctuary, a place of prayer. Now is a tomb of silence and ruin. Amidst the destruction, one thing remains untouched. At the far end of the room, upon the charred altar, rests a banner of black cloth. The black banner of Broughton. It is torn but unburned, stained but whole, a relic of a fallen knight. What do you guys want to do?
Sir Delan, he sees the banner, but he remembers the legend that this great knight once made his last stand here, and he searches around, having that uneasy feeling. Where is the heat? Where is his body? If the banner still stands and hangs in this hall.
I would like to try looking around the banner, see if there's anything suspicious behind it.
The room,
Yeah,
the room is quite small, and what you see is what I described.
Okay.
But you are standing at the precipice of the room. You've only just stood in. You know the far side of the room is where the altar is, where the banner is.
This might be risky and unwise, but I'm gonna try touching the banner. Not remove it, just touch it.
I mean, we're still on the far side of the room.
Yeah, you are.
Sir Delan will, thought in his mind, he'll step forward and give the room a bit more of a thorough search before they approach the banner.
So it sounds like you and Charon are stepping forward. Maybe you're taking kind of lead in front of him. But as you guys start to move forward, the whispering stops. The silence is heavy, unnatural, as if the very air refuses to carry sound. Then he appears. The far end of the chapel, standing in front of the altar, a figure materializes. A knight clad in full chainmail, his armor untouched by time. He does not breathe, he does not move, he simply watches. His helmet conceals his face. The weight of his gaze is undeniable.
Good gods! I mean, good God! Is it him?
My lord, I think you should do the honors.
Is somebody in that armor?
He's like a
I don't think that's how...
This is like a spectral ghost knight.
Oh, this is a spectre. Okay, this is a specter. Yeah, he raises his sword in fear. Just kind of his hand shaking a little bit. But he's brave. He remembers his duty to his lord, and that they cannot leave here without the banner.
Before anything...
There are 3 yards between Sir Delan and this knight, 4 yards between you and the knight Charon, and Highwell and Bedivere are 2 yards behind you guys.
I would like to move slightly by Mr. Delan's side and try to do, let's see, it's a... Oh, I don't have a high score in courtesy. Let's see.
Someone should tell him that we're no Saxons.
I don't think dancing in front of him would work either. But yeah, I'm gonna have a high amount of a high point in courtesy, but I will try to speak pleasantly to the ghost. See that we seek to retrieve important heraldry from his tower, to where it might be honored properly by the lords of the land, and remember for he can be remembered for his valor in fighting to the bitter end.
Alrighty, roll me a courtesy check.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh.
Whilst he's doing that, may I just think?
I moved here, by the way.
May I just think about if I know anything about this type of creature, how to like combat them? Maybe, remember that perhaps the salt we've taken for our foods could be used to fend a specter like that off.
You can roll a folklore check. But I will say, as you're rolling that, you do fail, actually, that's a shame. And as you kind of like get halfway through what you say, Charon, he raises his sword toward you, and his hollow eyes blaze with fury. And his voice is a whispering snarl. Thieves! Liars! You will not profane this sacred place. The temperature drops suddenly. A gust of spectral wind sweeps through the room. With his blade raised, he assumes a dueling stance. Now, this man is a knight, or at least he was a knight. You have two choices here, guys. You can have honor,
Hmm.
and one of you can fight him.
Oh dear.
Or you can dishonor yourselves and gang up on him. The choice is yours.
Boy. Sir Delan, he doesn't know what to do. He's wavering.
If you want to roll, this is like a situation where personality traits could be useful. I want to do something X.
Hmm.
Hmm. Good sir, we mean not to desecrate your tomb. Your banner, it will not be dishonored. We seek fight against the Saxons to avenge events that has happened to your tomb, such as what has happened to this place. What has happened here is remembered as a tragedy, and you are remembered as a hero. We are not but young knights, seeking to uphold the duties of our lord, and he's requested us to go here, take the banner, so that it may be used for the good of the realm. Surely a knight such as yourself would understand that the good of the realm comes before all.
Roll me a appearance check with a -5 to your modifier, as we've already had a fail. Or maybe yeah, courtesy actually probably make more sense, wouldn't it?
Okay, I'll cancel this roll and I'll roll courtesy.
To be fair, dude, I don't. Go on.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you're the DM.
I know. Go for appearance.
Okay. Still the -5 penalty?
Right.
Yep. Yeah, he's trying to appeal to him, but he's trying to appeal to a different area. But his voice wavers, and he's clearly struck in my
He
fear.
now says, "There is no way that you will have this banner unless you best me in single contest. Now, send forward your champion and fight me. Fight me!"
Oh,
Okay.
This
I'm gonna
is-
look in. Yeah.
this is my responsibility to my lord.
I was actually gonna look at Dal and ask like if he desires to do it himself or if he wants to name another someone as his champion. So
It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
I do ask that, just in case. My lord, if you're not feeling particularly skilled.
No, you've been entrusted into my care, and it is my duty to ensure that I have to do this. He's fumbling on his words as he's clearly scared of the night, but he feels as though, there's no other way. They can't leave this place without the Black Banner, and he's willing to put everything on the line in order to do so, even if it takes his own life.
All right.
Do you step forward, Dylan?
Yeah, he steps forward.
Be aware that this fight could be your last.
He's fully aware of that.
He is a knight.
If I fall, tell Sir Alad what happened here. Remember my name.
Alrighty, with that in mind, combat begins. And it's determination phase. Neither of you can do anything because you're not close enough to one another. So it now goes to movement, and you meet him in contest, and it's now the next round. With your weapons drawn, he brings back his sword as you do the same. Do you have your shield equipped?
Yep, I do.
Cool.
I have my shield.
And you're going to go for a swing, I imagine?
Yep.
And he will do the same.
Where did I put my sword for a minute? Oh, there it is. Come on! 14. Oh, we miss. Fuck. Feel like I'm about to eat shit here.
His sword skill is 18.
Oh my god.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Goodness god.
He
Oh, God.
succeeds. Did you actually fail, didn't you?
Yeah, I failed.
So you take all this damage.
Oh.
You take 15 points of damage,
Oh, Jesus.
which is more than enough to go over your range. The first thing I want you to do is roll me a con check, please, to see if you just go fucking unconscious. This is a major wound that you've just taken.
I hope he's merciful at the very least. What check?
Fairly certain it's a con check. Just double checking it.
Got it. 7.
Okay, so you do succeed. That's good.
Yeah.
Alright, 1 second. Okay. Rules for wounds. This is a major wound, so you need to tick the chirurgery needed box.
Okay. Let me just mark off that real quick. That was 15.
And it was actually a check against your hit points. So I do need to roll for that as well.
For what?
It's a D20. You need to roll a 4 or less.
Got it. 2.
You do. You're still standing. I don't know how. You need to roll D6 as you're going to lose a statistic.
Okay. 3.
Strength. You lose a point of strength.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Go down 12 strength.
And you are now heavily wounded from his strike as it carves through your flesh. Blood splatters across the stone, and the rest of you watch on, likely in horror, uncertain of what to do. With that in mind, it's the end of the round, at the start of the next one, determination phase, unless anybody would like to move.
Bedivere would look at Karen and say, "This is no fair contest between the living. I can't let Sir Dallin fall to some shade of a bygone warrior." And he would step forward.
Okay. Interesting. I like it. You step forward. Yep. Do you go 1 yard, or do you want to move up 2?
I would move up as far as I can to engage the ghost.
Cool, so 2
beside
yards.
Sir Dallin. Yeah.
So,
Well,
Delan, I do need you to roll me a dex check, actually. I did forget. For knockback.
Oh, okay. Got it.
See if you get knocked down. If you
Oh,
fail, this
and
will make
I
it a bit more dramatic if you actually do fall down.
I have a -10 modifier because of the armor, right?
Yes, you do.
6. He's still standing somehow.
Oh, nice!
Yeah.
You stagger back to your feet as Bedivere rushes in with his sword. Imagine you're like yelling as you charge in, as all great knights do. Rest of you guys stay back.
Karen will try one more. Can I try one more round? Try to convince the ghost in my favor. Can I be courtesy again?
The ghost will not be convinced. There have been 2 failures against the ghost.
Very well. Well, Bedivere already accepted the dishonor. I will not let him down. I will also move forward.
Very good. Oh well, you're not looking too good in the rear. Are you going to stay there, or are you going to charge forward?
And now moving up to
You're charging forward.
bit-
Very cool.
not too eager, drawing my sword still.
Very good. So you all charge in now against this ghostly knight to battle him. And as you all charge in its determination phase, he says, "Cravens, you fight as Saxons do, without honor." What do you guys want to do?
Well, I take with great spite this offense. So I will vengefully strike him because I will take not be compared to a Saxon.
Very cool. Sir Delan, what about you?
He's contemplating his mortality. He's losing hope. He doesn't know. Like he took one strike from that night. It nearly killed him. He's on his last legs, and he doesn't even know if it's even worth it anymore. As he's just contemplating, just all of the events in his life. And like the here and now, and just like how can they hope to defeat a specter of such power, if it can best, if it can nearly kill a knight in one strike.
Are you attacking then, or are you foregoing your attack?
Is there a way to like defend and just purely
Yes,
defend?
you can purely defend. Yes.
Got it. Yeah, then he'll do that.
There,
As his morale is wavering.
yeah, I like it. I mean, do you want to roll a Valorous check?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
he's filled with horror right now.
Yeah, I mean, if
and-
you succeed, I'll give you a check mark next to Valorous.
Got it. Oh, it's under traits. My bad.
Yeah, it is.
Here we go. 15. That's a critical success.
That is
Holy shit.
So you hold on as you like take a defensive stance, and defensive stance gives you a +10 to your skill, but it means that if you succeed, you do no damage. You just block. That makes sense. It's a nice way
Yeah.
of playing defense if you don't want to get hit, or if you want to reduce the chance of getting hit.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, just for flavor, because he got a critical success. I imagine as he's contemplating his life, he's filled with, he remembers what he's fighting for, hope. Perhaps God is watching over him as
Yeah.
this is his temple. And he
A
fills
warm
him
bed.
with the courage to fight onwards,
Cool.
to see his duty through.
Very cool. Bedivere, what about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll see so Dallin starting to rally in the center, and he'll prepare to engage the ghost and try to strike out at it.
Cool. So I'm gonna have the ghost use a passion for honor, because you guys are dishonoring him, dishonoring yourselves, and if he succeeds on this, I'm gonna give him a bonus to his combat checks. So this is a thing. This is how passions work, and you can use your passions too if you can make sense of them, but you might not be able to. But I will use passion for honor, and I've got to roll within a 15 to succeed, otherwise he will actually fail and become weaker, easier to defeat.
Well, if that is the case, I would like to use my passion for loyalty.
I love that. Yeah, do you want?
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to use it?
I was
Yes.
Do-
Maybe we all.
You may all do it. Loyalty to Sir Delan, I imagine.
rally to our knight.
Hey.
Okay, so Charon fails, which means he has a -5 now to his weapon skill.
Oh no.
But Bedivere succeeds. Highwell succeeds. You both have a +10.
What about the ghost?
Ghost has a -5 because he failed.
Okay.
I'm seeing if he's got any other any others that I can call upon. I do not think he does. I'm very quickly checking. No, he doesn't. Cool. So with that in mind, you guys come out loyalty. You guys have a +10. Specifically Bedivere for this. He is going to split his combat skill amongst all 3 of you. Okay. So he obviously his skill's been diminished because he failed his passion, which was quite a surprise. But it'd be what it be. So it's now 13 skill. So he's gonna go 553. Yeah, I like that. We'll do 5, 5, 3. So 5 on Delan, 3 on the other two. Which means he needs to roll very low in order to best you.
5-5-3.
It'll be 3, 5, 3. That's his.
Got it.
That's
Should
how
I
he's splitting it.
Yeah, should I roll sword?
All 3 of you guys may roll sword, or
Got
whatever
it.
weapon
I
you're
got
using.
plus 10 bonus for defend.
So I had a previous -5 for failing the valor check, so it'd be up +5.
It'd be you would because you got a plus 10 from succeeding. So now you would have a plus 5. Yeah.
Okay, so it'd
Your
basically
range.
Yeah. Okay.
When you guys ready, yeah, make sure you've all rolled, and then I will roll.
9.
Okay. Right, looks like everybody has succeeded, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. All right, let's see what happens. First against Charon. 3 is the range. He fails. Against
Nice.
Delan. 5 is the range. He succeeds with a 2.
Oh!
So it's a partial success, as I'm pretty sure Delan has also succeeded.
Yeah, he has, because he took defend. He would have failed if he hadn't.
Yeah, you would have. And Bedivere is third. 3. Oh, I almost rolled. I thought I rolled a 1 then. That is a fail. With that in mind, it is now the end of the declaration and the actual rolls. Those of you who have dealt damage or going to deal damage, you can roll now. That's Charon and Bedivere.
Right.
Oops.
Oh, forgot. Oh, nice.
Ooh, 20.
I'll go ahead and roll 4.
Oh, but
since
he
the first
probably
one
has a
was
lot
bad.
of armor.
Yes, but he failed against both of you, which means he does not get any armor soak from his actual armor. What he does get instead, though, as he is a ghost, is he takes half damage from your attacks.
Yeah, because he is ethereal.
Simple roll. There you go.
That's a good roll. Takes a lot of damage
almo-
from your strikes.
It's almost 50.
4d6. That something doesn't seem right. No, I think I clicked something wrong.
You rolled 46 damage. Oh no, you
Yeah,
didn't. You didn't. 9, 7, 8,
Yeah.
5. It's just on your sheet. It's on the first page.
Okay, I'll use it. I was just using
Yeah.
the dice roll. I think I had
It's derived statistics. It says damage, and you just click to the right of the
Okay.
number. So let me take that back. Roll your damage, and I'll mark it off.
There we go.
Oh, 21.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
So that is 20 damage at least for him.
Yeah, it is, and that is a lot of damage. That's he's half dead. It hits his threshold as well.
Wouldn't that be 1.5?
Yeah, I mean he's not on a quarter of his hit points though, so he doesn't. To be fair, he can't go unconscious. He's a spectral, and I don't think he can get knocked down either because he's a fucking ghost. So he is still standing, but weakened by your attacks. And it is now the movement phase. Well, you may move up.
Right. Can I move through allies?
You can move around allies, I think.
Like that? Or...
Well, you started off here, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
1,
you could like,
2,
move diagonally.
3, like that.
So, like that, right?
Yeah, you can move
Oh,
through.
okay.
So as you guys flash through him, a cold wind rushes through the room as he begins to weaken. The banner sways, though there is no breeze. Take what you will, but know this. A knight who forsakes honor is no knight at all! And it's the next declaration phase. I imagine all 4 of you guys are attacking him.
I'm gonna continue to defend. Delon is actually, you know what? No, he's got to be brave. They're being brave for him. It's only fair that he is brave for the rest of his companions. And he did roll a critical success on that valor check, so I think it would make sense.
All right, so you're gonna go for an attack. Rest
Yeah,
of
he'll
you.
make an attack.
Yes.
Cool.
An attack as well.
I'm gonna use a different passion. Hatred of cowards.
Can I use hatred of Saxons to because of how he insulted me? Insulted us?
Hatred of Saxons. You're not. No, no. He's not a Saxon. He has to be a Saxon for that. So he does.
Okay.
He does get a +10, so that does make it a +5. So that he's now at 23 skill.
Can't fail.
And I'm gonna split that amongst all 4 of you guys in the most convenient way that I can.
It's all 4.
Be 5 for each of you, plus an additional 3 for Delan. So it'd be 5, 8, 5, 5.
All right.
You guys ready to attack?
Delan.
Roll your attacks, guys, as you all now bring back your weapons and swing in unison.
Cat, go away.
Alright, so Delan succeeds. Highwell succeeds on his check.
Let me see. I still have a -5, I presume.
Yes.
Okay. Oh!
Charon fumbles.
So, the bonus I had, that's gone for this round, correct?
No, it remains for the remainder of the fight.
Okay.
It's powerful. Passions are powerful. But they can also make you weaker for the rest of the fight if you fail.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why it's good to have a high passion. If you have a low passion, then you're more likely to fail.
So everyone else succeeded, right?
Yes, but they may still get hit if the knight rolls higher. So I'm going to start with Charon, which is 5. He hits you.
Oof.
So Delan, 8. He fails.
Oh, I live. I didn't think I was gonna live there.
Bedivere. He hits you. And Highwell. He fails.
Thank God.
Right, so who rolled higher? Bedivere rolled higher, so Bedivere wins. But it's a partial success. Alright, looks like Charon's the only one who's going to get hit by this. The rest of you, it looks like the rest of you have hit him.
Well,
So-
I was.
So roll victory, roll damage. I guess it is victory. Roll your damage.
Sorry.
Roll your damage.
Yeah, sorry about that. I misheard. My audio must have cut out. 8. Yeah, he's weakened, but still managed to deal a little bit.
He manages to hit Charon for 18 points of damage as he swings his sword around,
Ooh.
which is
Yeah.
which means you need Chirurgery. So you need to tick that. You've got a heavy wound, so you need to make a note that you've took 18 points of damage from a heavy wound, and we will sort out the rest of that in a second.
Sorry, what was the first thing you said?
You need to tick the Chirurgery box.
Right, where is it?
It should be on the stats page in the top right. There's a checkbox underneath your wounds. It says Chirurgery needed.
Oh. Yeah.
Very cool. Roll me a d20, Charon, against your current hit points. So against 9. D20 versus 9.
Let me just. 80 points of heavy damage, right?
Yeah, you just put
that
that.
what it's
You,
called?
you put that in a wounds box,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and you take the
8.
Chirurgery needed. Yeah, roll a d20.
18 against dexterity.
No, I just want you to do what I told you to do, which is roll a d20 against your current hit points.
Oh.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you fall unconscious as you are hit way too hard by this weapon. Roll a d6, see if you lose any statistics. You do.
On.
You lose a point of constitution.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're out of the fight. But the rest of you guys managed to strike true. You've rolled your damage. And combined, guys, it's enough. How do you finish him?
Sir Delani's just kind of flailing desperately, to strike down the Spectre, knowing it's, a battle between life and death, just clutching the ghostly wound that he was dealt that nearly killed him in one fell swoop. Yeah, I imagine his strike, he's weakened, and he only grazes the ghost's form, dealing minimal amounts of damage, but I mean it's enough as a distraction, for Bedivere to come in with the killing blow.
Cool. Bedivere, how do you get that killing blow?
Bedivere would try to aim a swift thrust up under the bottom part of the helmet to get at the vulnerable area of the neck or chin. No, he's a ghost, but
Yeah. What about you, Highwell?
I suppose I just help by distracting the Spectre enough so that he doesn't really see the other attacks coming.
I like it. And as he is finally struck down, Hrothgar's eyes burn with ghostly fire, his voice now a whisper that chills the soul. You are marked. You will never find glory again. His form dissipates, but you all feel a presence lingering. The air is heavy. Your swords feel cold, and in their reflections, your own eyes seem dimmer. I want you guys to reduce your honor by 1 point each, please.
Alright. Where would we find that?
Honor is under it's on the stats page under passions.
Got it.
Needs to be reduced by 1 point.
By 1.
Very good. Garon is down. Needs chirurgery. So does Highwell as well. So,
And I do.
but the
One of
banner-
us got beat up.
the banner is now yours to take.
Oh, thank God. It's over.
Not yet. About most most of the team is half dead.
We have to leave this place. Good gods, I feel like I'm going to throw up. We need to get our Karen and we need to get them out of here.
So with that in mind, guys, you approach now the banner. Who wants to have the honors of taking it?
Bedivere, the honor is yours. I mean, all of you saved my life, but you landed the killing blow. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to say if it was the killing blow, but whatever that thing was, it's gone.
Bedivere would he would go up there to take the banner, but unless something happens in the meantime, but if not stopped, he would fold it carefully and hand it to Sir Dallin and say, "You are our captain and our leader. It's only fitting that you should take it back when we return."
I like that.
Very well then.
a check mark for Sir Dalan for generous.
I already
And
have a check mark.
there you go. But a check mark for modest from Bedivere. And yet you take the banner, you furl it up, and you hand it over to Sir Dalan. And you now, I imagine, work together to get Curran out of there. Highwell's limping as well, well, probably staggering with a bit of a sore head. And you guys now begin to make your way back home. And home is where you ride. Back to Vagon Castle. Where there you present the banner to Sarah Ladd, who receives it. He
Am I
smiles.
bleeding out?
Pardon?
Am I bleeding out?
No, you're not. As long as you've had triurgery by the end of the day, you're good. The idea is, I said the other guys are bleeding out because they don't fucking matter, but you guys are knights, so you're following the rules. But anyway, you hand it over, and Sir Alad says that your mission is finished. Quest is finished. You guys are successful, and with that in mind, you are now given opportunity to rest. The surgery roll is rolled for Karen, and there's quite a skilled man who's going to be performing surgery on you to try to fix you up, and I imagine Highwell will have the same as well.
I think I also need it.
I think all three of you guys need it. It's a success. Karen. A success for Highwell. And a success for Sir Dalan. You guys now slowly begin to heal. And the healing process takes time. But within a week of your success, you are summoned to the capital. And there, Bedivere, Highwell, and Carol, three of you are made knights. The feasting halls, the capital. Sarah Ladd has put you guys forward. And the Earl, thankful for new knights, will accept your kneel. You each kneel before him and give him courtesy that he deserves as an Earl. He charges you guys to be brave, protect the weak, follow the law of our High King, Uther, and to defend your lands. You all rise as knights. Knights of Salisbury.
Nice.
Nice.
Congratulations, guys. You have all survived today. I don't know how. So
It's honor is the secret.
What happens with Delan, if I may ask?
So, I want to inform you, now, guys, that each of you are cursed now by the night. You have something called the Oathbreaker's Mark upon you. And you realize this quite quickly. Every time you see your face on a polished surface or in a reflection, you see his face, not your own.
What a prick.
Whenever you attempt a valorous check, you roll with a -5 penalty until you atone. Next time you swear an oath, if you fail to uphold it, you will suffer a much larger permanent loss of honor.
Yeah, I imagine with the events that happened at the castle that, Delan is just really affected by it. He goes back home, trying to be his usual self and try to relax, to recover, to forget, but it just won't leave him. And I imagine it drives him a little insane. Because he wasn't going in expecting much of like ghosts, and he hadn't really believed anything until today. But I imagine that that's gonna keep him up at night.
Very good, guys. So we are going to wrap things up today, but congratulations on surviving and becoming knights. I will allow you to do one part of the winter period, just so you guys can see if your characters get stronger or better. But we won't do anything else because this isn't a campaign; it's just a one shot. So all the check marks that I've given you guys, you may now roll a d20 against each of the scores of those skills, and you want to try and roll higher than that number. If you do, your score will go up by 1. Start with your traits, please. So look at what traits you have ticked today, if at any. I imagine some of you guys have lots of traits to go through, and you just want to roll a d20 for each of them to see if you roll higher or not. To be fair, you could actually just roll for each skill and see what happens. You don't necessarily need to roll a d20.
And it's got to be higher than the skill already?
Correct.
Yep. Then my generous succeeds.
Your generous does succeed.
Prudence succeeds.
For Valorous, does that -5 penalty because of the curse apply to this check?
It would not. It's supposed to just be a flat d20 against it.
Got it.
But that Valorous, that modifier is now like a permanent modifier until you atone.
Got it.
So
How much do we add?
That doesn't succeed.
Pardon?
Lazy. Come on, high numbers.
If we succeeded on the check, how much do we add?
+1.
Okay.
I'm guessing it can't be equal.
It has to be higher.
Yeah, got it. So lazy doesn't succeed. Cruel? I'm pretty sure this might succeed. No, it doesn't. But proud.
pretty much
proud
succeeds. And I got 1 point of forgiven.
Nice.
I succeeded on both my modest and my proud throws.
Oh, there we go.
That's good.
Uh,
Once you guys have done that, you can start working your way through skills.
Got it.
yeah. I already got awareness and succeeded in awareness and recognize.
That improves. And sword? I'd like this to improve. Fuck!
The one time I need to roll high. Wow.
Yeah, I was really hoping that would improve. I feel like I really need that skill.
Well, remember, a part of the downtime is also that you can just apply more points through training.
That's true.
And typically, people who I've played with, they will train up either their current weapons or new weapons, like, axes or bows or crossbows, great spears, stuff like that.
It's a pretty, how do I say it? Kind of frustrating when, in a lot of games, when people just don't consider downtime as a thing,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And downtime is a big part of this game, but it is almost another session in itself to do with downtime. There's lots of checks and rolls, and you're seeing what happens to your land, if you have land, and you're rolling, you're meeting new NPCs, and you're going to events and things like that. It's a whole thing. This system is very lean towards people who like that 50-50 split of roleplay and combat. If you're like a really combat-heavy person, this system's probably not for you, and also vice versa. Like, if you're really heavy RP, you're probably not going to appreciate the system, because if you go into combat, you might die. Like, even fighting against bandits, you might get killed by one. It does happen.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about death in this game is that if you die, you play as one of your relatives, and you build up like a lineage, like in Crusader Kings, the strategy game. One of my players in my other game, he died in a battle. We did like a big battle with like thousands of combatants. He died in a battle against a Saxon berserker, and he made up a new character whilst we kept doing the battle. He joined the battle in a later round and couch lanced the berserker and killed the berserker with his new character, who was like the younger brother of the character who died. It was just really cool, really epic. Like, he avenged his death. He got a passion for hatred for Saxons, and it was a really high bonus. So
Yeah. You don't need to make a 2-page backstory for your character when you can make a much more interesting story in the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Emergent play. Exactly. But yeah, thank you very much for playing, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the session.
Yeah, I look forward to this.
Yes.
Honestly, dude, for like I know the campaign, the next campaign for like what we're doing for the Barrow Maze game on Saturdays is a long ways away, but I really want to do like a full on Pendragon campaign if we're still deciding on the next one.
You'd have to convince everybody else. But yeah, the rest of you, thank you very much for playing. Obviously, I've played with Miko before, but I don't think I've played with either of you before, so I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yep, very much so. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Again.
Alrighty, let's wrap up the
Oh,
live
thank-
stream. Thank you, audience, for watching. I'll see you guys
Thank
next
you.
time. Loki's
Bye-bye.
Lair.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.